Am I good? I think I'm good now. I don't know why my internet just took a big doo-doo dump on me for no reason. Well, I'm back now. Gosh dang it. I was about at 2 hours, right? Around then.
No, I'm more of a hairy, sweaty, smelly, a brutish kind of guy, you see. But it's okay, really. I get to hear plenty of gossip about a lot of the other stars around me as things happen.
Well, that's true.
Oh, hey, so did you hear about this yet? About Miss Andrews' mentor and her suicide?
You mean Miss Impax?
We heard something about how our wedding was canceled.
Yeah, we're good now. I should be fine. Let me just... 1 second. Gotta make sure I'm all... I have to check a thing. Okay, it's set. Yeah, we're good on that. Thank you. Okay, yep, it looks like we're all good now. We're all good now. Aha! Our wedding was canceled.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. I thought about it a little the other day, about that mysterious death. Hey, Mr. Wright, why don't you ask me about that? Go on, go ahead.
Mr. Powers is so charged up, his skin is practically glowing with electricity.
Hey, so have you heard this?
I don't know, have you seen this? Have you heard about this? Hey, pull that up. Pull it up on the monitor, Jamie.
Celeste left a suicide note. And they say that Juan went and hid it.
We heard about that in court today. But there wasn't any actual proof that she had left a note.
Well, this is what I think. I think that something bad was written on that note. Something bad for Juan, that is.
Something bad for Mr. Kurita.
Why do you figure so?
Well, before she died, Celeste talked with a few of her friends. And she said, it looks like I got caught up with a truly insidious man.
A truly insidious man. Did she mean Mr. Kurita by that?
Well, there's no one else that fits the bill, right? And that would be reason enough for him to hide the suicide note.
I see. Well, that's some good info. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Mr. Engard and Miss Andrews. They're both at the detention center right now. There are still things I don't understand or know about, I'm sure. I have to get the two of them to tell me everything. Alright. I guess that's time to go. 1 second. Sorry. Things happen, okay? When you start a stream again. Okay, well, I guess I'll talk to what's-her-face. I want to hear Adrian Andrews. Oh, it's you. I'm sorry to be visiting at such a late hour, but there are a few questions I absolutely have to ask you tonight. Me? I thought your client was Matt. I'm sure Miss Andrews knows something. She can't be clueless about this secret Mr. Kurita had on Mr. Ungard. I'd like to ask you about Matt Ungard, if you don't mind. Mr. Wright, you still don't know, do you? The real him, I mean. You seem to bear a lot of resentment toward Mr. Ungard.
Yo, Adrian!
If that's the case, then why'd you become his manager? And why would you become intimate with his rival? That has nothing to do with this case. Nothing. About Miss Celeste Impax. I had finally put her death behind me. And now, thanks to you, it's all come back to the surface. I'm sorry. Yes, I was shocked by her suicide. And it's true that when I heard the rumor that Juan was the one who had hidden her suicide note, I began to draw close to him. I wanted to get her suicide note back and to burn it. You wanted to burn it? But why? I didn't want it to spread like just another piece of gossip. But I never held any murderous intent towards Juan. I would never do something so stupid. And this suicide note, huh? I wonder what it said. Why did you try to frame Mr. Ungard? That's simple. Because he's the killer, that's why. Isn't it the duty of every good citizen to inform the police? Ooh. Hiccup. Inform the police.
But there had to be another way.
The police are excellent at doing their job, so they'd just figure it out, right? Yes, they're so good at their job they couldn't figure out the real truth behind Celeste's death. Sorry, I think that was Phoenix and I just didn't read the name.
Miss Andrews.
Well, I know you're not the type of person to do something without a reason. So please, tell me why you did what you did. Revenge.
Huh? Did you say something just now?
Yeah, you too, huh? Oh, just one. A Cyclock, huh? Don't you understand yet? You're not my lawyer. To be honest, you're more like my enemy.
But
I'm sure I just heard Mr. Andrews say, revenge. Okay, well, let's see. I bet we don't. I bet this one is a lie, and it's a lot of different steps. But let's see. Why frame him? Can you please tell me why you framed Mr. Ungard for the murder? I've already told you countless times. It's because I thought Matt was the killer. No, that's not it. I know you have a personal reason to dislike Mr. Ungard. Miss Andrews, you may think I didn't hear it, but I know you said something earlier. You said revenge. So you're saying I was taking my revenge out on Matt, and that's why? What an absurd idea. I don't have anything I want to take revenge for. Miss Andrews, a woman who lives by being dependent on other people. There is something, or someone in her past that would make her take revenge. Well, I mean, it'd have to be, what's her face, right? I don't know. I don't know that I have it. Actually, well, Let's look at the stuff. Let's look at the things that we have. What's her suicide note hidden? Shock. We have a few things to throw at her. I'll just save now and we'll throw them at her and see if anything sticks. I just wanted to save first because it seems like we have stuff, but I'm not sure, because we might need something from the other thing to be able to do this, or we might need something from this to do the other guy's stuff, to do Matt on guards. So now that I've saved, now we can try. Okay, something or someone. Okay, so it does say something. Okay, I was like, well, someone obviously is Celeste Impacts. That's the only thing to do. Let's try that. Let's just try Celeste's profile. Celeste. There's only one catalyst that could cause such strong feelings, and even revenge. And that is Miss Impacts' suicide. What are you trying to say? Celeste was Juan's manager. On top of that, the one who hid her suicide note was also Juan. What does all this have to do with Matt? You're right. You haven't mentioned him. Yet. But for you to hate Mr. Ungard, it would mean that he must have had some relation to Miss Impacts and her suicide. Can you explain to me this relation between Celeste and Matt? Can I? The suicide report? I don't know, this is the only thing I have. No, she doesn't like it. Miss Impacts and Mr. Ungard's, before you start, Mr. Wright, perhaps I should first request to see proof that your brain is wired correctly. Okay, so that's what I need. I don't have anything that clearly connects them, so I'll just back off for now. It was worth a shot, though. We got close. Let's load that health back. Thank you very much. Anything here? Maybe? Oh, hey, I got a phone call. You gotta scrape the environment.
Mr. Nick, your phone!
I don't like the sound of this ringtone right now. It sounds kind of ominous.
It's probably just your imagination. You should really pick it up, Mr. Nick. It could be important.
Hello?
We've got a big problem, pal.
I'm on my way to your office right now. Okay. Hey, wait a sec. Why is he coming here?
That's terrible.
I don't know what to say, pal. He's also... Oh, I got here faster than I thought. Hey. Hi, Gumshoe. I like having him next to his little picture.
No time to relax, pal. I'm confused as anything here.
Well, what happened?
We got him. We know who bought that spy camera.
This quickly?
And this bear's what gave him away, pal.
The bear?
I figured it out, pal. I figured that we should have been looking at the bear instead of the camera.
But wasn't it Mr. Edgeworth that
Shh, Pearls. And, go on.
There's only one person who bought one of these bears who's related to this crime.
Who is it? Who would be so rude as to spy on another person in their room?
Matt Ungard.
Huh?
Matt Ungard. Your client, that's who, pal.
And here I thought things couldn't get any worse. Yeah, see, I told you this wouldn't be helpful. Are you sure you heard right? That the person who bought this bear was...
I heard it from the department store clerk, pal. This is the credit card receipt for the purchase. It's for $3,800, pal.
That's an exact match to the price of that stuffed bear. A receipt? And that's all you have? Nah, it's not just a receipt, pal. The store clerk said so himself. He told me I'm sure I sold that bear to Mr. Ungard. I mean, the clerk even got Mr. Ungard's autograph out of it, pal. So I'm sure the person who bought the stuffed bear was Mr. Ungard himself. My sight is failing me. This can't be. All right. So what about the spy camera we found? That was a dead end, pal. I mean, you can get this kind of thing from anywhere. But for now, I guess I can give these back to you to file away into evidence. Okay, spy camera.
I know you don't want to give up, pal. I know you don't want to yawn
Embarrassingly, pal. I never thought. I didn't think it was possible. The person who put the spy camera in Juan Corrida's room was Matt Ungard.
Why? Why would Mr. Ungard do something like this?
Despair.
I bet it was to catch Miss Andrews and Mr. Corrida in one of their rendezvous. I bet is not good enough for me. I have to know the absolute truth behind this camera. Are you gonna see him? Mr. Ungard, I mean. Yeah, I am. Yes.
Yes.
I'm scared, Mr. Nick. I wonder what we'll find out next.
I'm scared myself, but I have to put on a good face for Pearls. Matt Ungard, what in the world have you done? All right, let's go get him. Let's go beat him up. You're working really late, you know. It's already past 10 p.m., dude. I think it's time you told me the truth. Relax. Don't you know that ignorance is bliss? But if you really want to know, let's talk. So yeah, I've got to present the thing, and then do the hoopsie whatsits, and then get all the things, and then it'll be done. We'll go. That secret, blah 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 blah. Come on, I was in the middle of a nap.
You had the camera.
Someone used this camera to secretly film Mr. Corrida's room the night of the murder.
Secretly film? What?
And then set the images to the camera took with this transmitter.
Wow, but dude, where was this camera you're talking about hidden?
Okay, so a transmitter or camera I guess would have worked. The spy camera was hidden in this bear's eye. A bear that was supposed to be a present from a fan. Ooh, that was a good neck pop.
Well, guess Juan had a few of those kinds of fans too, huh, dude?
Actually, I wouldn't say this bear was a present from a fan.
You sure, dude? Who else could it be from?
The person who gave this bear to Mr. Corrida was... It was you, bitch! Mr. Ungard, don't you know this bear from somewhere?
I don't think I've ever met Mr. Bear before, dude.
Aw, but he says he knows you. How could you forget such a great friend?
What else did the bear tell you?
He says that the one who put this camera in his eye was you, Mr. Ungard.
If I didn't know how you work in court, I'd think I was in some serious trouble. Come on, this is all a joke, right, dude? You're just pulling my leg.
Looks like you're not ready to give up your secret yet.
Well, do you have any proof you want to show me first?
Here's the proof it was you who put the camera inside the bear. Yeah, here we go. I was gonna say, I hope we have that. I hope he gave that to us. I thought he did, but I wasn't sure. I have here one credit card receipt, Mr. Ungard. But it's from where you bought that stuffed bear.
Dude, all you can tell from this is that I spent $3,800. I go to that department store all the time, okay? This $3,800. This could be the toothbrush I bought that one time.
A $3,800 toothbrush?
It's ivory, and it's got elephant hair for bristles.
Ew, elephant hair. Is that what rich people use nowadays? Anyway, the store clerk clearly remembers you and your purchase. After all, you even gave him an autograph. Did you not? Isn't that illegal? Isn't that corrupt? Isn't that immoral? Isn't that deceiving the public? Isn't that corrupt? Neil Breen is here. Don't worry, folks.
Dude, you should have said that earlier. So can I ask you one thing?
Yes.
You're my lawyer, right, dude? So if you are, then why are you looking into stuff like that?
Because if I don't know the truth, I can't help you.
Sounds more like stupid lawyer talk to me. Hey, let's stop talking about this, okay?
No, not yet. I haven't asked why you set the camera up yet. I mean, yeah, that's definitely super illegal. But who knows? In the wild and crazy world of 2017. Who knows what wonders may abound? And what your secret is? Of course it would be strictly confidential. Yeah, in a department, it's not even like an internet purchase or something. But I guess we're still using CRTs. We're still using like big chunky phones. So who knows?
So what are you gonna do now?
I'm gonna find out what I want to know. Because I must. The reason you hid this camera in Mr. Kurita's room and filmed it in secret is... What? Do I... Oh, because I like... Because you hired... I guess I don't know that John Doe is the killer. Oh, hey, Tiara! Thanks for stopping by. How's it going? Rip, I'm sorry. A mouthpiece? Let me look at it. Okay, I kind of see what you mean. Okay, so... Oh, on guard? What are you talking about? I was thinking like mandibles. Okay, I see what you're saying. Like he's got just his completely flat, no lips or no teeth, just a single white glob. So the reason you hid this camera in Mr. Kurita's room and filmed it in secret is... Well, because we think he hired the guy, right? Yeah. I was gonna say, if it's not this, then it's something to do with the suicide note.
What is this card?
Maybe he doesn't know about this card. This is a certain man's calling card. The man's name is Shelly the Killer, and I'm sure you know of him, don't you?
Shelly the Killer? That's ridiculous! Why would I know some shady scumbag like him?
If you really don't know him, then why are you acting so jumpy all of a sudden? This is it. I'm finally starting to get the truth. I can't afford to make any more mistakes now. If only I can save Mr. Matt Ungard. I know why you know Mr. the Killer. It's because you're his client. You're a hero of justice. I wish I'd saved so I could pick these and then die. This is your client, dipshit. Since you're the one who set up that camera, that means you knew. You knew exactly what was gonna happen in that room.
Hero of justice, rider kick.
So how? How would you know something like that? It's because you're his client. That's why. You hired Shelly the Killer to assassinate Mr. Juan Carita. The real mastermind behind this whole murder is you, Matt Ungard. True. He's hero of justice. I want that.
Oh. And here I was trying to be a good boy for you, dude. I thought if you didn't know, you'd be able to do your job without feeling bad. Well, that's what I thought anyway.
Mr. Ungard, you really did hire...
Hold on a sec. I'm gonna consult myself, okay?
Consult myself?
Well, I guess it's probably about time anyway.
About time for what?
I think it's time for you to meet him now, Mr. Lawyer Dude.
Dun dun, yeah.
Whoa! How do you do, Mr. Lawyer? I'm Matt Ungard.
Damn. All right. How did you get that orange juice? Yeah, that's me consulting my brain. He got some nice orange juice, I guess.
Well done, Mr. Wright. I bet it wasn't easy to gather as much information as you have.
You really... So you are Shelly the Killer's client?
You didn't really think I would dirty my own hands with this, did you?
What do you mean?
It's chalky milk.
Here's some chalky milk, because you're epic.
He's gonna throw it on the ground, yeah.
And that woman, Adrian, was quite brave herself, trying to stick the crime on me. I didn't think she had it in her. But all I care about is that Juan is dead. Isn't that right, Mr. Lawyer?
That's... You're lying.
He looks really good. He doesn't... Yeah, okay, that is really... It's very, very Dracula. Yes, it's chocolate milk. Let me look. Yeah, it's super brown. That's crazy, yeah. At least in this it looks a little better. It still looks very chocolate milk though.
What terrible.
Look at him. Yeah, at least it looks a little like... It's not just brown. It's like sort of... Like maybe it could be who knows? It looks like orange juice more, really. It's just orange juice. He's got some nice pulpy orange juice in there.
It's way past your bedtime, little girl. Go on and let us grown-ups talk about more adult things.
Yeah, it's more orangey in this, which I guess, I guess it's okay. It's still a gigantic fucking glass that makes no sense.
But why? Why did you hide the video camera and...
A weakling soon believes the words of others, just like that pathetic Adrian.
He knew about Miss Andrews' secret?
But I'm no weakling. I don't believe anyone, least of all assassins.
What?
Oh, come on now, Mr. Wright. Assassins aren't above blackmail. They turn their clients into cash cows by holding the sinful deed over their heads. And a superstar like me, how much do you think I'm worth? Care to guess?
And that's why...
Yes, that's where the video comes in. It's got his face and the crime scene recorded on it, reserved for all time. With that, I can keep him at bay and even blackmail him if I want. And that's right, that video is my insurance. Isn't that what they call it, Mr. Wright?
Ooh, let me see. Yeah, it looks nice, Brandy. Brandy, you're a fine girl. What a good wife you would be. But what life, what love, my lady, is a sin.
Why would you do something so wrong?
Because I'm a grown-up, and I can. Good enough of an answer for you, little girl.
Weird.
Why? Why would you kill Mr. Kurita?
Because he was about to sling so much dung onto my beautiful public image. Scandals are a little annoying, aren't they?
And this is all because of that press conference, isn't it?
If Mr. Kurita had been able to get it, then Mr. Engard's secret would have...
Nah, well, that's what we call taking advantage of the situation, you know? I had no interest in doing it, really, but bit by bit it crept up on me. And then the situation just presented itself perfectly. How beautiful, I thought.
And that's how Mr. Kurita ended up dead.
Let me tell you something. I'm not like Adrian. I don't depend on anyone. People are simply things to be used and thrown away. Put on a sweet, innocent face, and people will swallow anything you feed them.
Yeah, I'm trying to do a very, very killer Raiden. Very like, it's not Raiden, it's Jack. This is Jack's voice.
Adrian fell for it. The assassin, too. Oh, and how can I forget? Even you fell for it, Mr. Lawyer. Everyone, all working their butts off for me. Matt Engard. Ah, did that leave you speechless? What a shame. What's wrong, Mr. Lawyer? You've grown awfully quiet.
How could I have been so deceived by you all this time? And when we first met, I asked if you had killed Juan Kurita. And you answered very clearly that you hadn't killed anyone.
Hey now, I never told you any lies. The person who did the killing was the killer guy, right? All I'm guilty of is taking a cat nap in my room. You killed Mr. Kurita. I dare you to say that in court tomorrow. But too bad. You can't. You're my lawyer after all, aren't you? You could always drop my case and refuse to represent me. How does that sound? But you can't, can you? That would be the one thing you absolutely can't do.
Mystic Maya.
You wouldn't want to test the killer. He's a man of his word. Or so I hear. You could end up getting a certain friend of yours rubbed out if you lose. You scoundrel. So if I were you, Mr. Wright, Esquire, I think I would give it my all tomorrow. Remember, everyone likes a happy win-win resolution. I'll get you for this. That's such a cliche phrase. Juan said something like that if memory serves. Of course, well, we all know how things turned out for him, don't we? Good night, Mr. Lawyer. Dun dun. Maya, what am I supposed to do?
Yeah, there's been some twists and turns, but this is really, we're getting to the payoff. And now you've finally found it. Yep, the starting line of this case.
Edgeworth! I don't care for the horrid atmosphere here. Let's return to the precinct.
Ooh.
Sorry.
It's okay. I don't think people mind. Some people have more to say, some people have less. I think that's normal. Yeah, we're all good.
Well, right. What are you going to do? If you plan on changing your strategy.
No! We can't do that.
That's right. He's holding Maya hostage.
All right, see you in a bit.
What should I do? That's not something I can answer for you.
Mr. Edgeworth.
Right. Only you can decide where to go from here. 1 year ago, at that time, I didn't truly understand what a prosecutor was. And that is why I had to leave the prosecutor's office. I felt that I couldn't stand in a court of law until I knew exactly what a prosecutor really was. And now, Wright, it's your turn.
My turn?
What is the thing called a lawyer? What can you do as one? You must find the answer. And you must find it on your own.
I'm a lawyer, but to fight for someone who's clearly a killer. Matt Engarde. That man is really...
It doesn't matter who. Every person deserves a proper defense and a fair trial. Isn't that the basics of our judicial system?
Proper defense? But what exactly is that? Is it where a lawyer forcibly and blindly gets an acquittal through shouting and trickery?
Ironic that you of all people should say such a thing. Isn't that exactly how you have fought for your clients up until now?
No! No, it's not! What are you talking about? There's no trickery! Phoenix can perform a trick if he tried! He says, here's the thing that makes them...
that shows that they're obviously guilty. Here you go. Did you look at this? Here. I have this thing. Like, what? Yeah, this would be different if Phoenix was like, if he did cheat. Like, when did, what even are they supposed to be talking about? Like, yeah, he questions them? He doesn't just say, yeah, that sounds good. That's trickery. Trickery is when the defense doesn't say, yeah, that's probably right. Sure, whatever. He just points out obvious stupid lies. What? Well, it's not true. It's not true. What are they talking about? I literally don't know what they're talking about. I mentioned this earlier and they're like, oh yeah, haha, Phoenix is a lawyer, he's crazy. But like, what? Like, literally where? So stupid. And that's because I believed my clients to be innocent from the bottom of my heart. But if I were to get unguarded an acquittal, that isn't a proper defense at all. Which it's... We talk about the truth all the time and how the truth, it's the truth. I do it for the truth. I prove them innocent because it's true. He's talked about that before. He's said those words. And how truth is what matters. Yeah, he believes his clients because he's a big dummy. But he always works towards what's true. What is this? Phoenix is trying to obfuscate anything. I became a lawyer because I thought I could save people who are suffering and in pain. But when I look at this mess we're in, I can't even protect the person closest to me. Even if I win the case, I'd still lose in the end. I just don't know what to do. Right. Would you get a hold of yourself? You have it all wrong. Huh? We aren't some sort of heroes. We're only human, you and I. You want to save someone? That's something easier said than done, wouldn't you say?
That's...
You are a defense attorney. You can't run away from that. You can only fight. And that's all you can do. People like you and Franziska von Karma are always using all you have to pin me down. You fight to the very end, even when you know the truth is not with you. But I'm not like you. I can't fight for a false verdict, for a man I clearly know to be guilty. Franziska, she fights for herself. The only thing she fights for is a perfect win record. That's all. And? Isn't that the same thing as you? Isn't that why you ran away a year ago? Because your precious win record was destroyed? You are so petty. I see. Now I understand why you despise me so. However, you are mistaken. What do you... Thanks to you, when you sealed off my path to a perfect win record, I began to realize the error of my ways. I realized that things such as a perfect record were meaningless.
What?
I don't believe you. Are you saying that is why you left the prosecutor's office? But then, why? Why are you here now? The answer to that is something that you will find out on your own. I have faith you will see it before the verdict is read tomorrow. But if you can't, then you will be powerless to change the ending of this story. Dun dun.
Mr. Nick, the transceiver.
I'm sorry for what's happened earlier. Now then, Mr. Attorney, you wager you can obtain an acquittal tomorrow? My. My, what is the matter, Mr. Attorney? I don't sense your usual anger this time. Tell me, please. Why are you holding Maya hostage for Mr. Ungard's sake? Why are you doing this for that cold-blooded killer? Right. Please don't misunderstand things. He is my client. Don't toy with me. A man who hires an assassin is just as much of a killer himself. I believe you were asking me for a reason as to why I'm doing what I am. Yeah. This is what I like to call my aftercare. What the heck is aftercare? My name carries a certain amount of honor and dignity, Mr. Attorney. I take great care to ensure that no suspicion falls upon my clients for my handiwork. And that is what's called client relations. And it is a part of an assassin's duty. An assassin's duty? You were unlucky this time. My client was arrested as a suspect. As a result, I did what I had to do to enlist your expert help, Mr. Attorney, and to ensure that you would do everything in your power to the very end. What is your name? I believe I told you once before. However, you did, but my name is Tequila. Shelly Tequila. You're Shelly Tequila? Please keep in mind you do not have much space to maneuver with me. As a Tequila, I always finish what I set out to do. If you fail to keep up your end of the bargain. Maya! It would be my duty as an assassin to see to it she receives a nice long nap.
Oh, no!
Now then, if you'll excuse me, if someone were to trace this signal back to me, it would be quite troublesome.
Yeah, there's Shu.
Mystic Maya! Mystic Maya!
I don't know what to say. Edgeworth! Did you hear that? At the end of that transmission. Huh? Oh, that. It sounded...
Fuck. I am getting them mixed up.
It sounded like a cat?
A cat?
It can't be. That cat. Can it?
What is it?
I think I know where Shelly Tequila is holding Maya hostage. Edgeworth, have all the police units head for Ungard Mansion immediately. All right, you hurry over there. You hurry over as well then.
Fuck. I keep doing it.
Don't lose hope yet, Pearls. The fight has only just begun.
Yeah.
Let's go get him. Let's go get him.
Yeah. Oh, look, it's the bear.
Maya!
Please answer us! Mystic Maya!
We have this area completely surrounded. There's no way for him to escape. Assuming he's still in the area. I can't believe it. That butler, all this time, he was the killer. Ian and Guard were working together all this time. I'm sure they had worked out a contingency plan ahead of time.
Why is there a bear?
Oh, it's a figurine of a bear. But there are lots of cuts in it for some reason.
A bear? Isn't that more of a thing for Mr. Kurita? Why would something like this be here? Right, look down. There's a little pet door installed here.
I'm sure that's for Shu.
Do you think that this came through that little door?
This door, it's locked.
Well, I'm pretty used to breaking down doors by now. Let's go, Edgeworth. Yeah!
Ah, there's no one here.
Look at this room, I would say this is God's private lounge. Look at this, right? An antenna for sending and receiving radio signals, and a VCR. Now check inside the deck. If there's a tape, it would be an important piece of evidence. If we're lucky, it'll have the moment the crime was committed recorded on it. I'm sorry, but the tape deck is empty. There's no tape to be found.
No.
But there's no mistake that someone used this to record something. It looks like someone took the tape we were looking for and escaped with it. I guess we could examine things first. It's on Guard's computer. Maya, why couldn't you have used this to get help?
Mr. Nick, where's the power switch?
Oh, I get it, so that's what happened. She couldn't find the power switch. It's a VCR and antenna, and the footage that the spy camera took at the scene of the crime was beamed here and recorded on tape.
If only we had that tape, it would have been really helpful.
Well, she technically did it. There was a sequence in which she escaped to this room, but then she got interrupted by the killer. By Shelly.
The huge television and speakers loom largely here. I'm sure if Maya saw this, she'd say,
I would die a happy samurai fan if I could see the Nickel Samurai on a TV like this.
and yeah, that's what she'd say.
She definitely did say that.
Ah, I can't believe I just made a joke about Maya. All things considered.
It's cool. She basically said the same thing that Phoenix said there. She even was like, ugh, I can't believe I just made a joke about dying.
What a spacious sofa. I bet 10 pearls could fit on here.
I don't think 10 of me would fit, Mr. Nick. There's a little door for Shu in this big door.
I'm sure Maya used this door to shove this out there. I'm sure it was her. Every time you give me some piece of evidence, it's always the most crucial piece. And this time too, I'm sure. Can't read all the labels, but this is a very large collection of videotapes. Looks like Guard taped all of his own shows.
Okay, time to go. All these terrible fucking tapes.
We've searched all over, but it looks like he got away. I'm sorry. It looks like he slipped out of our grasp this time. And now, we've lost our only lead.
I have not had that. That sounds insane. Although I have had like breaded eggplant with marinara sauce. Like it's sort of breaded and fried. Like with just sort of breadcrumbs and stuff. Not like a real batter. That sounds like, I don't know, that sounds like it could work.
Look at this photograph.
I have seen this. We can all unite. Again, pineapple on pizza? No, pizza on pineapple. Fucking, what a nightmare. Fucking, how do I get this? Yeah, get that out of here. I think people need to calm down about pineapple on pizza. Like, I'm like the only person on Earth who's neutral on it. Like, it's fine, I guess. It's such like a Reddit, like, pineapple on pizza. Okay, I don't even want to hear that. I don't even want to hear that. Don't even say that to me. How dare you? Anyway.
Don't give up yet. That little girl is looking for you to be her pillar.
Yeah, you're right. I'm not gonna delete it. That would have been really funny if I'd thought of that. Just like, no, actually get it out of here. Gone. Timed out. The problem with timing out your own mod is that it fucking bans them from the channel, which a streamer I watched figured that out the hard way. Like, oh, whoops. Didn't realize that one.
We're close, I can tell. We're close, I can tell.
No, I could just delete the comment, but I was saying, like, I could theoretically, like, oh, haha, time you out for 10 seconds, that's funny. Casey was talking to Vox about it. But yeah, it's like, oh, geez, that's bad.
We've already set up checkpoints along every route leading out of this district. Leave the rest to us. Maya.
Yeah, give me that photograph.
And this looks like a picture of Miss Impax.
Was she banned mittens? Me too.
With love, Celeste.
Miss Impax? You mean?
Yes, Mr. Kurita's former manager.
Why would a picture of Miss Impax be here in Mr. Engard's mansion?
And why does it say with love? This might be a clue.
Yeah, now this is proof I can get the thing out of what's her face, out of Andrews.
What's wrong, Pearls?
Please, let me see that picture frame.
Huh? What's so special about the frame?
On the back. There's something written on the back of the frame. Maya. It's Mystic Maya. She left us a message.
What? I thought you'd come. I knew you would. Now listen up. You'd better get Engard a guilty sentence, okay? If you get that creepy slime bag of not guilty, I'll never forgive you. Like, ever. I'm fine, so you don't need to worry. There's so much I want to write, but I don't think I have a lot of time left. Hurley, you're there too, right? Make sure you help Nick, okay? Someone's gonna watch out for this helpless lunk. That's it for now, Nick. I guess I'll talk to you later.
No! Mystic Maya. Oh.
Right. What's wrong? What the blank stare? Oh, nothing. We've searched the house, and this is the last room. It looks like he eluded us. Edgeworth. Yes? As far as clues go, I think this is about all I'm gonna get. But I'm still short one last thing. And what is that?
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah, that's what I was saying.
Miss Andrews' psych lock. Just find out what secret she's holding. Then I think I stand a chance in court tomorrow. Blow this case wide open and expose the truth. I think I know what you're thinking. I'll contact the detention center. Thanks, Edgeworth. Well, let's go, Pearls. It's time to open that last lock.
I knew it. I knew we would need stuff. What's wrong? You look ill.
Miss Andrews, I have come to remove your psych lock. Psych lock? I want to know, and you will tell me, your secret. Fine, go ahead. Try to break me if you can. Boop. Really shouldn't have said that, lady. You should not have said that. Why frame him? So we did this one already, and the point is that it's because of, you said revenge. Taking revenge on Matt. That's absurd. Miss Andrews was beloved with people. There was something or someone in her past, and that is, of course, Celeste Impacts. Yes, I have come to beam them directly into your brain. Microwave your brain with morphogenetic fields. She was Juan's manager, and then he died, and then what does it have to do with Matt? Oh, but there is something to do with Matt. It's actually this, because he had this in his house! We were talking about it earlier. You missed it. There was some morphogenetic fields talk. And this is a photo of Miss Impacts, correct? She looks younger than when she passed away, though. What? With love, Celeste. This is Miss Impacts' handwriting, isn't it? Where did you find this? No, that's all right. It was a rhetorical question. Yeah, it is. I found this at Mr. Engard's mansion. And after all this time, my last remaining secret has been revealed. Bum bum! Celeste. She was supposed to get married to Juan. Yes, but I heard that it didn't work out.
Because Mr. Kurita didn't want to get married to her anymore, right?
Yes, because of Matt.
Because of Mr. Engard? What do you mean?
I think I can see where this is going. Celeste, she was Matt's manager a long time ago. She was the happiest woman in the world at the time. I was working part-time back then, and I often saw the two of them together. So that's why, with love, Celeste is written on the frame of that picture. They were a couple.
They were a couple, weren't they?
It wasn't anything as splendid as that. Celeste was being used, toyed with, until she was thrown away.
That's so horrible.
Matt's entire image is built around how nice and wonderful of a man he is. A scandal would have destroyed that. Which is why Celeste, in her kindness, moved over to Worldwide Studios. And that is where she met Juan. She seemed really happy with him, even happier than when she was with Matt. Celeste and Juan were such a good match that they were even planning to get married. And then was suddenly called off. On the night Juan called their marriage off, Celeste, she killed herself. And that's why I framed Matt. It was revenge for Celeste, and for myself. I'm sure even you can guess why Juan called the wedding off, right? Matt confessed to Juan about his relationship with Celeste. I see. So that's what happened.
But then why did Mr. Kurita have to call off the wedding? I don't understand at all.
It was probably because of his worthless male pride. Juan and Matt were always fierce rivals. Matt waited for the wedding announcement and then unleashed the truth on Juan. He was aiming for when it would hurt Juan the most.
Poor Miss Impacts.
That wasn't the end of it. That day, I'm almost certain that Celeste left behind a suicide note. And in that note, she left a detailed account of Matt's various misdeeds. And so that she would never again be hurt by Matt, she chose to die. Then, when Juan discovered her body, he hid her note.
But why would he do that?
It's simple. Juan realized that note was a powerful weapon against Matt, and it would be especially damaging to his refreshing like a spring breeze image. In any case, with his pride hurt, Juan sought revenge. Revenge. There's that word again. Juan wanted to publicly disclose the contents of that suicide note. At a time that would cause Matt the most damage, of course. And that was at the press conference after the stage show. I know all about it because I heard it all from Juan. It was so I could find out about all this that I drew close to Juan to begin with. They're quite a pair of hideous monsters, aren't they? Even Celeste's death was something for them to use in their game. That night when I found Juan's body, it was only natural that I thought the murderer was Matt. And those two were always spying on one another after all. As for me, I was frantically searching for Celeste's suicide note. I wanted to destroy it before it ever went public. I was going to burn it. I had even brought a lighter. But I couldn't find the suicide note. And that's when revenge crossed my mind. Yes, I was going to bring them my own kind of cruel revenge. Celeste was killed by those two monsters. So when I stabbed Juan's body with that knife, I didn't feel a single shred of guilt.
Ah,
And that's all I have to say. Well, Mr. Wright, even knowing all this, are you still going to help that man? I'm a lawyer. I see. What a foul profession. Thank you very much for your time, and for talking with me. It was no big deal. Couldn't sleep anyway. I can't sleep either. Not with Maya's situation, or with what I know now. Bum, 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 ba, da, da, da. Well, I'm gonna call it for today then. Because there's no way we're getting into this trial. Because this is gonna be the trial. And then we're gonna... probably gonna, like, finish it off or something. It's been, like, 3 hours and change. So next time on Phoenix Wright, I guess we'll finish it off, huh? Oh, what's happening? How did I get into this mess? What is happening? I'm not gonna read this. This is clearly a bad dream. Yeah! Let's see Phoenix's bad dream. Ah! There's no way they weren't gonna reuse this. I also like how this is clearly Phoenix on that. It's like he's standing on that mountain. Yeah, this is a repeat from the beginning. Some time ago.
It's the fucking Nietzsche standing on that mountain. I'll find it. I'll find it before we go. He's like looking over shit. It's like, yeah. Here it is. It's this classic painting. Oh, it's so big. Like clearly, this is like what? This is like a screen resolution. Like when he's looking out, I forget what the context of it is. It has something to do with like stupid shit, because it's Nietzsche, of course, the ridiculous man. Favorite ideology of cucks and losers. Ooh, strength conquers all. Strength is a will to power. All right, nerd, give me your sandwich. Fucking loser. Anyway, we got a little teaser. Phoenix is gonna go in, and he's gonna be a lawyer, but he's gonna defend. Oh, whatever could happen. All right, bye, y'all. Thanks for coming out. Bye bye. Have a good day. Goodbye. Bye.